I'm Teresa.
Amber.
I'm Mary.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Emily, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about college tuition inflation rates. What are college tuition inflation rates? College inflation rates are something that affects on average 16 million students across America every year. College inflation rates severely impact millions of people every year and determine just how much money someone will need to sacrifice in order to be able to attend the college that they desire. College inflation rates are a rising problem that causes people to not have the capability to attend college and also forces some people to have to take out loans and fall into student debt. Overall student debt last year recorded overall this year, student debt reached a high of $1.5 trillion across the United States of America. And on average, the graduation class of 2017 took out $40,000 in student loans. Students are starting to not attend to college just because of how expensive it is, and this has become a big problem in America because on average, low-income students who get accepted into their college that they wanted to, 40% of those low-income students don't attend the college just because of how high the tuition rates are. And in 2015 and 2016, over 3.9 million people dropped out of college with student debt. While there are millions of students unable to afford college, some are dropping out of it because of these financial burdens. And there are many scholarship opportunities that can help people who are not able to afford these high tuition rates of college. For example, there are programs such as the Florida Bright Futures Scholarship Program. These students can earn money through their hard work in high school through GPAs, grades, volunteer hours, and test scores. Bright Futures can reward students with 100% tuition or 75% tuition. There are also many other different types of scholarships that students can earn through the universities. When students apply to college, some universities will automatically send these students the scholarships just for applying. So there are chances for students to earn scholarships without even really having to do very much. Sorry, give me just a moment. So some of the solutions for these problems do include the Bright Futures, the different types of scholarships that students can apply for. And then there's also financial aid. Every year students have the opportunity to apply for financial aid, and this helps low-income families and people who are independent from their families, and these students don't have high enough income to be able to afford college on their own. If college inflation rates continue to rise, there are many things that could happen to these students. We'll see a higher rate of students continuing to drop out with student debt, which means they're going to be paying off college and student loans without even getting the degree that they wanted and hoped for. College rates are so expensive that it's been continuously growing each year, and more students are going to continue to drop out if we don't do something about it, or if people aren't able to get the scholarships that they need. Each year there are more students who are turning away from college because of how expensive it is, and as tuition rises, less students are able to attend college, and it may result in a higher dropout rate and college attendance rates in the future. Student debt will continue to control the financial aspects of people in America, and more people each year will face this and continue to cause financial problems in the future when people are trying to buy houses, buy cars, plan for the future, and plan for things like retirement. They won't be able to because of the financial burden. As college tuition rates rise, the student debt epidemic will continue to become a huge problem for America's students across the nation. After discussing these points, it's clear to see that college tuition inflation is a rising problem, and that America can rarely be solved with a few things like scholarships and different types of tactics. However, it's still a very prevalent problem. Overall, college tuition inflation is something that would be helpful if it stopped, and college should be made more affordable for students. For the audience, it's important that students know what they're getting into before they apply for college. and look at every scholarship that they can in order to be able to afford college, and look into things like financial aid. And then it's also important for parents to look into things like Florida prepaid for their students to afford college. Last year, I attended the University of Central Florida, and tuition was so expensive that even through Bright Futures scholarships and financial aid, I still had to take out loans to be able to afford school. So I transferred to a school closer to save money. This is just an example of how college tuition inflation is a problem in America today, and how these inflation rates can cause detrimental effects to some students. Thank you.